What is up, world? I am here with my girl Leticia, and we are here for the third episode of Testimony Tuesday.
Let's go.
We are discussing motherhood mixed with depression. Leticia, you want to go ahead and tell them a little bit about you?
All right, of course. Thank you for having me, first of all. I really appreciate it.
Thank
it
you
means
for
a
being
lot.
here.
But yeah, I am 24 years old. I'm actually about to turn 24 years old April 1st.
Yes.
I am married to my best friend, DeMar Reason. He's just a sweetheart. I love him to death. I have one daughter. Her name is Sophia. I have my own, social media marketing agency. We have our own clothing brand right here.
Come on with it.
Yeah, we're just working hard, man. Working hard and just impacting as many people as we can.
Yes, that's the goal. And before we go any further, I really just want to give all the glory to God.
Mm-hmm.
God, we thank you for allowing us to be here in this moment. We just ask you to just let us be the lighthouse. And we hope and pray that we're here to service somebody today. We hope that her story can make an impact. So my first question for you, Leticia, is why did you say yes?
It's honestly something that I think with my testimony, mothers need to hear specifically. Because we often forget our value and our purpose. And we just need to, remind ourselves how strong and empowering we are. And I just want to, hopefully I can impact someone, one person with this testimony.
And you will. And it's crazy because this is such an important topic to me as well, because myself, I am battling, a constant journey and process becoming a mother, and my daughter's 4. So when did it start? Like, when did you notice the depression starting up?
So it started, when it comes to depression, everybody thinks that it's sadness. It's not really that way. Like, for me, it started with anger. It started with hatred. It just started with, belittling myself, basically. So I started feeling that way probably around when my daughter was 2 months. But I didn't realize that it started, getting worse and worse later on, like a few months down. So, like I said, I didn't realize it and acknowledge it until 6, 7 months.
I was gonna say, like, when did you start to realize, like, wow, I'm really battling this right now. Like, this is something that I need to...
Yeah, during like that time, 6, 7 months, that's when I told myself, okay, this is really a problem, because during that time I had suicidal thoughts and I actually was about to commit suicide in the bathroom, but thankfully my husband, just stopped me.
That's God. Thank you, God. Right.
And
thank you, God.
It, like, not only that, but just about to, commit that serious act, I was scared. Like, God put fear into my heart, because it honestly, like, in my mind, I just started to think ahead, saying, okay, well, let's say this doesn't work, and I woke up in the hospital, and I can honestly think, like, my mom would just be blaming herself, being close to me, thinking, like, this is her fault, putting that weight on my parents, and especially my husband. I don't want to do that.
Right.
I feel like that would have been selfish.
But that moment, it was a powerful moment for you. Like, it was a breakthrough moment for you. So after that, like, what was the recovery process? What did it look like for you as far as, like, when she was 2 months, when you noticed, okay, she's 6 months, and now I'm realizing, like, I have a problem. Like, I have something that I need to work on and heal from. What did that process look like?
Well, I'll tell you this, it's hard. It was really hard. Because when you are in that mind state or in that mindset, you have to train your mind like you're working out a muscle.
Absolutely.
So I had to learn how to be vulnerable. And that's something that I absolutely hated. Because I hate to share my problems or tell my problems to another person, because then I didn't want to worry them or think I was crazy because I had, depression. Or I had those thoughts in my head. I don't think, like,
you didn't want someone to judge you, or you just literally, it's crazy because that's a real thing. Like fearing what others will think of this, and so you try to bury it and you try to handle everything by yourself.
Right.
But really, it's just like layers.
And it was adding upon it, and what made it even worse was that I was new to everything. So I was pregnant my senior year of college, and then I got married like a month before my due date, and then gave birth, moved out of my parents' house, and then graduated from college. All less than
so quickly.
All less than a 2-month span. So everything, it was great, but everything just changed, happened quick, instantly. So I was not used to a lot of change in a short period of time.
Right.
So me going through that and being a new mom and a new wife, I had standards that I felt like I had to reach. So being a new mom, okay, you have to act like X, Y, and Z. You have to do this. You have to provide your child this. You have to do this.
So it's like you're constantly going. You're constantly trying to be this person, and you don't even have time to take a step back and like, okay, what about me? What about my needs? What about things that I'm struggling with? So it's like that is kind of pushed to the side, especially being a new mother and a new wife. Like you said, it's just a lot to handle. So I can only imagine as far as like having to move and do all those things. But it's crazy how our testimonies and our stories kind of align.
Yeah.
But I'm just proud of you. Like I really like I'm just sitting here and I'm just proud of you because y'all, even if you're not a mother, like understand, like if you have friends that are mothers, like reach out to them. It's the little things, like check on them, because it's tough. It's tough, and everyone has a different story. Everyone has a different journey, so some of my friends, myself, I'm a single mother. I do it by myself majority of the time. Like I'm thankful for my friends and family, and like Leticia, her story is different than mine. She has a husband, and they help each other, but that doesn't mean we still don't battle things within ourselves.
Right.
It's definitely a journey, and I encourage you, mothers, even fathers, like you are not alone. We are here for you. If you have any questions, like reach out to us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Please reach out to us, because I thought for so long like I was doing it by myself, which I still feel that way. Like I still battle that. You know
that phrase, like it takes a village.
It takes a village.
And it does. It really does. And when when it's like your family members or your friends offer you like, hey, I can babysit your child on this day, let them babysit your child.
Yes.
Honestly, because before people would tell me that, my mom would tell me that, my sister-in-law would tell me that. I'm like, I don't want to do that because I don't want my child to bother them. I don't want to ruin that for them.
Yep.
And that was my biggest concern and fear.
Right. Same here.
And then I later on realized like they want to spend time with my child because that's family to them.
They love them.
Yeah, they love them. That, for a 6-month-old, a 2-day-old, however old, they want to cherish that moment.
Yep.
Because once that that age is gone, it's gone.
It's gone. Like my daughter's 4. She's really like 4 years old, and it's crazy. Like I wish I could get time back, and we can't. And I, as a mother, like I'm constantly so hard on myself because I don't know the right way to do things. I want to grow and I want to do better for my child. Like I want the best for her. So I'm just realigning back with you. If there was one thing that you could tell your past self, like in those moments of, the beginning stages of depression, what would it be? Like, what would you tell yourself?
Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. I think vulnerable is the strongest, I think it's superpower, honestly. Being able to be vulnerable to whether it's your significant other, your friend, and be honest with them, brutally honest of what you feel and your emotions.
This is how I'm feeling.
Yeah. That's the greatest, characteristic and quality that you can have is just be vulnerable and don't be afraid to open up to somebody, be like, hey, I have this problem, I need help. And just, being honest, and like I said before, don't be afraid to, let others babysit your kid, because honestly, take time for yourself is super important. It's good for your mental health, and it takes time for you to reorganize yourself and kind of like, okay, this is what I need to do, this is what I can do. Like, know your limits.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Know what is too much that you can handle. And if you like have someone like, hey, I can do X, Y, and Z if you do these other things.
Right.
So don't be afraid to do teamwork and just open up.
Accept the help.
Because honestly, being vulnerable is the strongest thing. People think it's weak. It's showing weakness, and that's what I always carried to myself, because I was always I'm an only child, and I was really close to my dad, so he was really strong. And I took that characteristic from him.
Right. Yeah.
And I didn't want to display that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to show weakness. So now, like, being vulnerable is, it's great. It's relieving. It's weight off your shoulders.
And I just want to add, like, I know I've said this before, but learning is super, super important.
Oh, yeah.
But unlearning those habits, unlearning things from your childhood, unlearning those toxic ways, like, that's almost more important than learning, because it's great that you're learning new things and ways to approach situations, but if you're still carrying, the old habits, and you're allowing them to creep back in, it could potentially hold you back. So it's just like, it's powerful. It's a powerful thing to unlearn. So that's just a thought. But to end this all, I know we kind of touched on what would you tell your past self, but if there's someone going through this right now, I have a lot of new mother friends. Like, a lot of my friends are having babies, and what can you encourage them? Like, what is a word of encouragement for them?
Honestly, it's just, don't be afraid to, admire yourself. Like, I think women forget how strong they are. Because if you think about it, like, we bear children, we give birth, we do we don't rest, like, afterwards.
We don't.
It's
like a parent's job is never done. You're constantly doing something.
And being a parent is one of the most strongest and most dedicated thing out there. So we kind of underestimate ourselves, because honestly, after I gave birth, I realized, wow, women are so strong. We underestimate ourselves of what we are capable of, because honestly we do so much for other people that we sometimes forget of ourselves. So my advice to new moms, to moms who are having more kids, is know your worth, know how strong you are, and always remember that. Never forget your worth. Never forget it, and always be vulnerable. If you have to cry, do it. If you have to scream in a pillow, do it. And you're a good mom. You are a good mom.
Yes, I love it.
Because there'll be times where you might feel guilty, because whether you're punishing your child, whether they did something wrong, you are a good mom, because you're providing all the elements that they need in order to survive. And you're giving them unconditional love. Honestly,
I love it.
Those are the most important things that you should never forget. And we are so strong, and never forget that.
You are beautiful, you are loved, you are strong, and you can overcome anything, because God is within you, girl. Okay, even like I said, even men, okay, because I know some great fathers out there who are really active in their child's life. Like, you are strong, and just know, like, we appreciate you. Okay. as a woman, like, we appreciate a good man who wants to see their child, okay? Because
absolutely.
This is a journey, and we love you. And Leticia, I'm so
Thank you.
Thank you for being here, y'all. Okay, if you love what we're doing and you want to even share your story, everything will be in the description below. And also, like, share, subscribe. Also, I'm going to put Leticia's information down below too. Check her out. Give her love, okay?